Hey traders, John Howell here. We're going to be looking at all the markets today. We could be forming a bit of a head and shoulder formation on the S&P 500. So let's get straight into it. Don't place a trade based on what you'll see in this video because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Alrighty traders, I'm giving away free membership access. See that trading course there? I'm giving away free membership access to that. Very first link in the description, guys. You can see all the videos there. So let's get started on the S&P 500 here. And looking at the S&P 500, I was talking about this with actually my private clients today. And by the way, guys, if you're interested in becoming a private client of mine, you want to get private coaching from me and see the trades that I take every day, then I think it's the second link in the description, or go to getjohnshelp.com, getjohnshelp.com, or that second link in the description there. Click on that, go fill out the application form, and I'll book a call to speak with you personally. So the thing that I'm looking at on the S&P 500 is that we're talking about this today, again, with my private clients. And I was talking to them about how that we've been really just going sideways here. We haven't really been doing much throughout the last couple of months, right? We've had a bit of a move up, bit of a move down. And it's like it's always like what comes next out of this level here. So if we look at this here, you can see from that level there, that level there to that level there, we can see how we've just been going overall sideways in the market. So by looking at that and by looking at the movement through here, we can see how that this actually could be setting up for some form of a head and shoulder formation. Now bear with me here because there's actually two layers to this. There's head and shoulder formation. And if this is a head and shoulder formation, then the next layer is probably going to make even more of a strong move down, right? So, and why I mean that is that firstly, look at this here. We have a head and shoulder formation potentially forming here, right? Shoulder, head, and is this going to be a right shoulder here? And we're going to start to head back down. If we do, then, what do? We project it, right? So we measure from the head, we measure from the neckline, we project that down, and we may get somewhere through, what is that? That's 1, 2, let's go through here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So probably 3,400 would be that. But I think if this is going to be a head and shoulder formation, and if this is going to confirm, I think there's a lot more than just the 3,400 print coming out of this. And why do I say that? And that is because if I squeeze my charts up to look at the big picture, look at this level here. We've been squeezing up. So if we do start to do something like this, and then we start to roll over and we break that low, guess what? We're probably going to run down to 3,400, maybe even bounce, then maybe probably even have another big move down to 3,200. Because if we do break this low here, what does that mean? That means now we're in what? We're in a downward trend, right? Lower highs and lower lows. So if we did do that, we'll probably come down, have a pullback, and then maybe come back down towards that 3,000, maybe even 3,000, because that whole level through there, you can see that whole area through that 3,000 to 3,200. That level through there is indeed the level of support in the markets, right? The level of support in the markets. So that's where we could actually start to see a bit of a movement down out of the S&P 500. Really, really interesting in the markets there. So that's what I'm noticing there on the S&P. Let's go have a look at some of the gold and silver, the gold mining stocks, guys. So the gold mining stocks right now are still powering up. This is the wrong time. If you're a trader of these markets, this is the wrong time to be trying to trade the mining sector, okay? We've had a very, very big move to the upside, as you can see. So we're probably likely to get some form of a pullback and then maybe get ready to go again, okay? The worst time to be getting into something, because as you know, how does the market work? It goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down, right? We go through what? Stair steps. So the wrong time to be getting into it is when? Here and here. The right time to be getting into it is after a pullback. Away we go. After a pullback, and what? And away we go. Makes sense? So that's actually that's what we're looking at there on the GDX. If we go have a look at the GDXJ, we're looking at the exact same sort of thing as well too on the GDXJ. We can see how that we're almost at that level there right now. And so therefore, once again, guys, we may get a little bit more upside out of the mining sector, but expect some form of a pullback because again, we've actually had a very, very, very powering move out of this one here. Now, I'm expecting some form of a short-term pullback, guys. that is not a representation of me saying that this is now going to turn into a complete bear market. And can you believe that? Can you believe someone said the GDXJ is now heading down to $10? Like, from what perspective? From a fundamental perspective, from a cycle perspective, and from a technical perspective, everything is screaming bullish. Oh, the market's going down to $10. Ooh, really? Okay then. So let's go back to the GDXJ. And so we can see here on the GDXJ, right, we have this low, we have this high low point through here as well, and we have this high low, we have this sort of channel through here on the GDXJ. So that's going to be really interesting to see. But once again, guys, expect some form of a pullback here. Again, a pullback, not a crash. So some form of a pullback to continue this up move, then the pullback, and then maybe get ready to go again as well too. Again, so we may get a little bit more upward move towards that top trend line there, but that's probably about it from there. Let's go have a look at the silver market right now. Silver market is actually at the top of that sort of level through there. Let's actually bring this up through here, right? So there we go, from there to there, as you can see. So we're actually right at that level of that trend line now. We've been powering up on this silver market here. So once again, guys, do not be too surprised to see that this is getting towards the end of this move before we see what? Before we see some form of a pullback again. This move up, and then we see some form of a pullback, not a crash, not a complete bear market, but just a nice little pullback, and then we're probably going to start to see some acceleration out of that level through there. And the same for the gold market as well too. Gold is almost at this level of resistance around the 2000 level. So right now we have this low and we have a move up from there. If indeed we may have a little bit more push to the upside, but then expect some from a pullback, and then the big break comes out. So if once we do get a short-term pullback, and then a very, very, very big break is probably likely to come out of gold.